sister Ruby, who is an ex-police. Then we have our stable yards, where we have Scooter, Rebel, Rennie, Thumbelina, Roxy and Blossom. All of these guys are used for our pony rides, along with Dundee, who we just saw in Casper's Barn. If you guys can sit down for me, just so that you don't fall over. Thank you. Over to the left, where this hardcore is. We are currently going through the process of building a new animal encounter barn. So all of our animals will move up here. And the barn they're in at the moment will turn into our event barn. Which also means that when our barn is built, you'll be able to see our cattle when they come in the winter in this shelter to the left. To the right we have our rising 2-year-old New Forest Teddy, our rising 3-year-old New Forest Woody, and our 2-year-old Shire Water, who is our baby. In this next field we have our alpacas. The dark brown one is called Peanut, the beige one is his full sister Autumn, the little baby is called Albert, and then next to him is his mum and dad. Then we have the 3 white ones, Saturn, Goldrush and Erica. Now these guys are quite funny animals because if they don't know you very well then they're not very friendly. However, once they do get to know you, they do love a scratch. In just a moment to the left you'll see our top yard, where we have our large machinery along with the hay, straw and silage that we cut here on the farm. We've gone through it quite quickly this year because I'm sure most of you know we've had quite a wet winter. In the next field we have 4 of our donkeys, we have 1 miniature donkey and we have 3 standard donkeys. We have Finley, who is our miniature donkey in the shelter at the moment with our little laydown. Then we have Elsa next to him and Isla directly next to her. Isla is actually Elsa's daughter. And then somewhere in here will be Clyde. I think he might be hiding behind the shelter at the moment. Clyde is our 35-year-old donkey, and he does our nativity plays every Christmas. However, Elsa will be taking over from him, hopefully this year, as Clyde is getting that little bit older. Now these guys have 24-hour access to the grass. They also get hay as well. And then Clyde and Isla head into the shelter every morning and evening. They get some extra hard feed for extra nutrition. In just a moment we'll be going over our barrel bus path. We have our 5-star bug hotel to the right, Buckingham Palace, and our 3-star bug hotel to the left, Premier Insect. This area is kept as natural as possible for all of our wildlife that come and visit us here on the farm, so it does only get cut once a year. In the shelter to the left we have 2 of our pygmy goats. We have Cookie, who is the brown one, and then we have Marty, who is the black and white one with the horns. So Marty is our billy goat, and he is the dad to some of our pygmy goats here on the farm. We currently have 4 of our pygmy goats who are currently in kids, and he is the dad to those ones as well. To the left and the right we have our pig wallows, and the one to the left we have Baloo, and in the one to the right we have our Duchess and Brown. Duchess is the pink one, and Brown one is the black one. These guys absolutely love their wallows in the summer, however in the winter they don't enjoy the wet cold mud as much. So they come into their brick pens. You may have seen that their brick pens as you've been walking around. We give each pig a brick pen each. Over to the left in this field we have 2 of our Highland cows. The blonde one is Aria and the ginger one is Flora. It's super important for these guys that they do have a shade and shelter so that they can get out of the direct sunlight. In this shelter to the right we have 2 of our rams. We have Gerald, who is the one without the horns, and he is the dad to all of our lambs I see in just a moment, and he is our self-dad. And then the one with the horns is our Swiss Ballet ram, Impecunious. In this field you'll see some of our ewes, their lambs and our cattle as well. So directly to the left we have our Herbert ewe with her 2 lambs. Then we have some of our Swiss Ballet ewes by the hedge with our Jacob ewe, which is the black and white one with the horse. Then we have another one of our Swiss Ballet ewes over to the left as well. Over to the right these 2 are our Welsh Mountain Sheep, also known as Lens. They were too young to have their own lambs this year. Then we have our Millennium Blue, which is the white ones with the grey faces. We have 2 of our Kerry Hill ewes, which are the white ones with the black and white faces. There's another one of our Millennium Blues a little further along. Then just down that hedgerow we have got another one of our Herdwick ewes. We have a few more of our ewes over to the left as well. Then we also have our cattle in here, so the brown and white ones are our Herefords. We have our Hereford Bordeaux, and 4 Hereford calves, the slightly smaller 2 were born about 2 months ago, and the slightly bigger 2 were born back in November. The short-haired brown ones are our Sussex, the black and white one is our Burton Galloway, then the long-haired brown one is our Burton Galloway Cross Highland. She's Aria's daughter, and she has just been AI'd to a Highland bull, and she's due to calf on the 8th of October. Then we have our Dexter cow Clover, which is the black one. She's our smallest full-grown cow we have here on the farm. She's been AI'd to a Jersey bull and due 5 days before Christmas. Then to the left, that little group of hounds, they're actually our orphan hounds. That you may have met 2 of them in our Animal Encounters barn. Posy and Posy, who also do our farm show. Over to the right, you'll see our pond, where we have our Appleyard ducklings. Now, if you're wondering why there's a pen outside the house, that's because we usually go through a process before we let them on their main pond to make sure that we can get them in every night for their safety. However, those guys were too clever for us and they escaped straight away. However, they have been super well behaved and coming in every evening. All the animals that you can see out at the moment are 24/7, other than our poultry who get shut away every evening for their own safety.